viewers of Equinoxe Television, 6 p.m. by City Blog. Thank you so much for joining us. On this edition of the news, our major stories tonight, one day after the demolition exercise of houses at Balebe Sengiyarinjola, the affected population say they are stranded and the demolition exercise actually continued today. Our reporters went back on the field today to see how the population is coping. And also in this newscast, we take you to the southwest region of the country to tell you how the people who ply the roads between Kumba, Ikondo Titi and Mundemba are doing as the road construction works continue to stay with us for details and more. To begin this edition of the news in Yaoundé, in the nation's political capital, where the diplomatic corps and other officials in Cameroon have wished a happy new year to President Paul Biya at the Unity Palace today. The event was attended by so many dignitaries in Cameroon, among those who wish President Paul Biya a happy new year, where the Prime Minister and also the President of the Senate, Marsenyat Ndifenji, and also Kabayege Jibril, who is head of the National Assembly. There were also security forces who also wish President Paul Biya a happy new year today at the Unity Palace. We will sure be coming back to that in greater details at 8 p.m. and also in other editions of the news.
Bureau de...
And now we told you in the headlines, President Paul Biya in his end-of-year address to the nation mentioned giving instructions for the construction of the road from Kumba passing through Ikondo Titi to Mundemba, and the road construction which started some time ago has not been advancing somehow. Our reporter Innocent Azer with other reporters who are in the southwest region, precisely in Kumba, spoke with some inhabitants who ply the road between Kumba, Ikondo Titi, Mundemba to see what they have been going through. Let's now have his report.
This is the new look of the one-time impassable roads linking Ikondo Titi and Kumba in the southwest region. Circulation of vehicles, mobility of people and goods can now be done flexibly at a reduced cost.
I thank God how the road opened the road. Now I pay from there to Kumba 1,000 or 1,500.
A job done by the military engineering unit under the 6th Military B Regiment in the southwest region.
The work is seriously well done. All of us know this road very well. The road was very bad, very poor. My population are going to enjoy, and they have started enjoying. Just joy coming from our population who have suffered a lot concerning this poor road leading them to Kumba, headquarters of the division.
Though the road has not been tarred, the senior administrative officer for the Meme division implored the population of Bole Bakundu, where he made a stopover during his inspection tour, to give their full support to the military engineering unit so that the tarring of the roads can be a living reality than pick up arms to hamper development.
With their full collaboration, I'm sure that we are going to tar this road without any fault. I am your father. I don't want to see even one of my child in the bushes. He's gone. That is not helping us. I am tired to see the body of my children.
Speaking to business persons at the Bole Bakundu market, the SGO said the population can freely go about their day-to-day activities because normalcy has returned. He also advised them not to listen to separatists deceiving them from abroad with their families. He assured the population that more great things will emerge in the Meme division should they trust and collaborate with the administration.
Another project which was mentioned was the construction of the Babaju-Bamenda road, and those who are also plying the road or traveling from the southwest or from the littoral to Bamenda say that road is also a nightmare, and they also say the works have been advancing at a very slow pace. Once again, let's have details in this report.
From Babaju in the west region to the northwest regional capital, Bamenda, is a difficult journey. Drivers have to go into and come out of potholes throughout a close to 40-kilometer distance. This driver tells us that the length of time it takes to cover the distance has significantly increased.
When road is fine, if you easily take from Bamenda to Babaju, you take 1 hour from Bamenda to Babaju. Now, you take at least 2 hours, 30 minutes.
This has a huge impact on his income.
If you want to check the transport, that 2,000 didn't help for anything because document for motor will pay, and then the road will take a motor display, go garage, all those things. We just help people and help them.
The greatest impact of the back
motor all time at garage. You walk quite alright, but you don't feel safe any better thing because even your health, your waist pain, everything, all side they are saying, and motor no dey fine. Come back to the garage.
Insecurity is another major problem along the road, especially from Matazam in Santa subdivision to Up Station.
We just come on and say we don't get choice. Man, no be sure we're out there hungry because the one will not get back up. We just want anything to happen to the road.
It is for this reason that the World Bank suspended the financing of the project after the burning of construction equipments of the company that was executing the construction works.
Some time ago, bouncers on work there, they burned the equipment. And now we want to acquire equipment and we want to use Chenin Liquor or want to use the commissariat, the brigade to see if we can carry on. If not, we cannot carry all the equipment are very expensive for the state.
In Bamenda, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Cameroon, Chief Dr. Joseph Janguti, announced imminent resumption of reconstruction works on the Bamenda-Babaju road.
If there's no peace, look at the Babaju-Bamenda stretch of roads, which was given out to suggest Saturn. They couldn't do it. They were managed, and I can tell you today that road is going to start because the World Bank has uplifted the ban they put on the construction of that road. So 3 national companies by indigenes of the Northwest are going to do in 3 different stretches the road.
At the Commercial Avenue ceremony ground, he gave more precisions on this.
Immediately I go back for Yaoundé. I convene the 3 companies where they get for do the Babaju-Bamenda road. They start work immediately because the people where they finance that road, World Bank, they will put ban, say because of certain conditions, make that work no start. But just a few days ago, they don't remove that ban. So work will start this month in Babaju-Bamenda road.
Urging the population of the North to hold him by his words, he reassured them that the nightmare will soon be over.
And now, 1 day after the commencement of the demolition exercise of houses at Vale Besenge, here in the economic capital Douala, the affected population say they are still very stranded as they do not know where to go. Our reporter Lucille Yengu ACM met some of them to tell us how they are coping. Let's now have her report.
24 hours after the demolition exercise that took place at the Tunnel Besenge neighborhood of the Douala 1 subdivision, several families remain stranded.
We are outside. We are sleeping here since yesterday. They started destroying places yesterday, so we slept here. I did not go to school since Tuesday. I'm out because our house is like this. How am I going to continue going to school? And I'll need, like, I don't have money like to go and look for a new place to accommodate with my sisters and brothers, and my parents are no more here. So we are here like this. We don't even know what to do. They are saying that they told us that they would destroy before they will do what they said they would do. So we are outside now. We are like thinking for what to do next. We are outside and we hope that the government will like give us what it promised to give to us after destroying our home. We are waiting for it, and we hope that what they say, they will not stay before giving us what they promised to give to us.
Having walked throughout my life, I struggle to build my house. The house they have destroyed without any compensation. My family and I have been sleeping in an open air, nothing to eat. Locals say some of the victims have lost their lives as a result of the demolition. Those who left the northwest and southwest regions in search of refuge in Douala say the shock is doubled.
We have nothing. My father is somebody that left from Bamenda to the village because of the what happened there. Yes, that they drive us. We came here to Douala because he was having a house here in Douala. Now they have destroyed our house again. What are we going to do now? That is the point. That is the question mark. What are we going to do?
My preoccupation is that they have to give me something to help. We dey outside, children, all things, beginning day for school. When no day for go school, we no dey get place to put head so for sleep. May they give you money.
While some struggle to gather what they could recover, scavengers also visited the site in search of irons to recycle and sell. The population decry injustice on the part of the government and call on the authorities to respect every promise made.
And legal minds in Cameroon say administrative tolerance is or accounts for numerous eviction exercises carried out in several cities across Cameroon. To Barrister Richard Tamfu, if concrete measures had been taken early enough, then the population would have been able to construct on pieces of land considered to belong to the state. Let's now have the completion of that story with Immaculate Fogui.
Forceful evictions have become very common in several parts of Cameroon, especially in the economic capital city, Douala. One of the most recent cases is that of some residents of Valley Bisenge neighborhood in the Douala 1 subdivision. Speaking to a lawyer, he blames government's failure to take firm decisions when necessary.
The administration, who is supposed to maybe educate the population, is instead maybe extorting them by issuing maybe building permits, whereas they know very well that they cannot be able to build or settle in that kind of places. So you see that this administrative tolerance that permitted these people to settle to that place. And you also have to blame the administration for corrupting or extorting this population, because how do you issue building permits to population on a site that you know very well that it is not it's a reserve site or it's not authorized to build this.
He also blames the population for building houses without carrying out proper inquiries on the said piece of land.
They know very well that the area is a reserved area of the state because a railway station is passing there. So that place, first of all, is even dangerous. But they decide to go there and decide to settle there, build houses. The government is obliged to demolish them because they are not secured there. Imagine if there is a disaster in that area, it's going to kill so many persons. So I think government needs to relocate them and also see how they can expand, because we see that almost all the populations are only concentrated in the urban cities like Douala and maybe Yaoundé.
Civil society actors urged the population to be extremely vigilant while purchasing plots in order not to become victims of forceful eviction.
And now we take you back to the northwest region of the country, where the Sabon Gari market, one of the biggest markets in the northwest region of the country, has been consumed by wild flames, leaving so many business owners there stranded. And in Garua, the lifeless body of a man was discovered by elements of the Gendarmerie Brigade in Pumpomore in Garua. Let's now have details of those human interest stories with Mala Glory.
Sabongari Market is one of the biggest in one subdivision of the northwest region, which has been consumed by wild flames. They should have looked for workers to start construction in this market rather than setting the market on fire. Business persons of this market say the incident comes amid other challenges such as the absence of public toilet and poor infrastructures. A budget of 2 billion, according to the population, was voted to reconstruct the market. They say they unfortunately got up to see the market burn to ashes. It is one of the biggest markets in one subdivision. We were told by the mayor that the budget for the reconstruction of this market stands at 2 billion. Till today, construction works are yet to begin, whereas we keep paying our taxes every day. Now I'm surprised to see that the market has been set on fire, whereas we have laborers who could do the clearing.
This market.
And in Garua, the lifeless body of a man was discovered in a forest by the elements of Gendarmerie Brigade of Pumpumre. The victim, known as Mamoudou Pulo, was murdered by 3 of his roommates. The trio conspired and took Mamadou to a forest where he was killed and abandoned. Thanks to an investigation launched by the Gendarmerie Commander Abakachi, the suspects were arrested. They are now in detention to answer to their crimes, while Mamadou's corpse has been taken to the mortuary.
And now we tell you that the body of the Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI continue to rest at the St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican. He was buried in a pontifical mass which was celebrated and massively attended by thousands of Catholic faithful across the world by Pope Francis. And here in the economic capital Douala, in the Archdiocese of Douala, another pontifical mass was celebrated by His Grace Samuel Cleda in homage of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI at the St. Peter and Paul's Cathedral. Mala Glory tells us more.
The mass service organized at the St. Peter's Paul Cathedral in Douala this Thursday, 5th January, was in honor of former Pope Benedict XVI, who died on December 31st, 2022 at 95. The mass was celebrated by Archbishop Samuel Cleda. During the homily, he said,
Pour nous, nous qui croyons, il est de notre devoir de confier, n'est-ce pas, à personne.
As Christians, it is a right for them to entrust to God their loved ones when they die, so that God can welcome them with a merciful heart and to recognize His good deeds on earth. And Cameroonians should keep a good memory of him as he once visited Cameroon and attended Mass in Yaoundé.
Il a célébré, n'est-ce pas, la messe à Yaoundé.
Christians of St. Peter's Cathedral in the city of Douala pray for Pope Benedict to intercede for them. Beside the prayers, Christians say what they have are good memories of him.
Le fait qu'il s'est sacrifié pour le service de Dieu.
According to this Christian, he sacrificed for the work of the Almighty, especially at the moment when he resigned after he realized he couldn't continue with the task ahead. He reserved his dignity by resigning. That is what she keeps of him. Meantime, Pope Francis paid tribute to his predecessor, former Pope Benedict XVI, in the funeral ceremony at St. Peter's Square in Vatican.
Well, may the soul of the Emeritus Holy Father continue to rest in peace. In other news, dockers in Cameroon's ports are braving all barriers to change their precarious working conditions as they complain that their rights are being violated. Their leaders have elaborated a project expected to take them from 200 francs pay to 18,000 francs pay per month. Let's now have the details of their complaints with our staffman Babila Jonathan.
From 18,000 francs CAV per hour in 1974 to 200 francs CAV per hour, this is what has happened to dockers in Cameroon.
When you look at the amount in terms of euro, which gives you an equivalent of 18,000 francs, and you come to realize that they are giving 200 francs per hour, then there is something seriously wrong. That is true slavery.
Instead of being employed as permanent workers, they are used on temporal, occasional and seasonal basis. As a result, they are deprived of some benefits.
1. No working contract. 2. No contribution for their pension benefit. 3. No family allowances. 4. No medical care. 5. They are incapable to take a loan from the company.
Another side of their grievances concerns poor hygienic work environment.
There are only 2 toilets for more than thousands of dockers. The law governing hygienic and good working condition is not being respected.
For the past 13 years, they have been fighting for better working conditions to no avail. Thus, the elaboration of the Cameroon Port Stevedoring Revenue Management Project by the Dockers Trade Union. If established by the competent authorities, it is expected to provide long-lasting solutions to the plight of stevedores through a proper management of revenue from all stevedoring activities.
And now we talk sports. Bambutus of Buda ended phase 1 of the Elite 1 League as the only club without a defeat, and reigning champions Cotton Sport of Gaiwa ended second in Pool A. Our staff man Asmat Jikan Gabriel now gives us a balance sheet of phase 1 of the Elite 1 League.
After 11 playing days of the Elite 1 Championship, players of the top flight football league of the country are now having a rest, hoping to resume hostilities in the days ahead. But before the second phase of the competition starts, the first phase left its mark in terms of statistics. A total of 410 matches were played during the first phase of the Elite 1 Championship, with 235 goals scored, giving an average of 2.14 goals scored per match. Emmanuel Mahop of Canon Yaoundé ended the first phase as top scorer with 6 goals to his name, but will certainly have top oppositions from the likes of Amin Hiver of Colombe, Christian Fak Bayokolak of Apejes, and Steve Belobo of FC Yaoundé 2 when the second phase of the league resumes, because all of the players are counting 5 goals each. In Pool A of the competition, the best attack was that of Colombe, which scored 15 goals, and the best defense was that of Stade Renard of Melon, that conceded 6 goals, and Avion has the worst defense with 19 goals conceded, while in Pool B, the best attack was that of Apejes, which scored 16 goals, and Bambutus of Mpuda had the best defense with just 3 goals conceded, and Dragon of Yaoundé had the worst defense in Pool B with 14 goals conceded. 2 clubs, Avion Academy in Pool A and Dragon of Yaoundé in Pool B, finished the first phase of the Elite 1 Championship with just 1 win each, which was the least number of victories recorded during the first phase of the Elite 1 League. Bambutus of Mbuda had the most remarkable record during the first phase of the Elite 1 League, as they went on an invincible 5th of 10 matches without a defeat, and they finished as the only club without a defeat in the first phase of the championship. The only newcomer that proved its worth during the first phase of the Elite 1 League was Gazelle FC of Garwa, that gave a bitter pill to big names like Lesastre of Douala. Junior Trésor Bembong became the youngest goal scorer in the history of the Elite 1 League. The young star of Aigle Royal of Menua, who was just 15 years, 291 days old, scored the lone goal when Aigle Royal of Menua defeated Stade Renard on March the 9. Unfortunately, reigning champions of the Elite 1 League, Cotton Sport of Gadwa, is yet to show its prowess as they finished second in Pool A behind Colombe of Jan Lobo. Amongst the 5 clubs representing the littoral region at the Elite 1 League, just UMS of Loom kept a better report card. Out of the 10 matches they played, they managed to pick up 5 wins, while Union Sportive of Douala got 4 wins. And the worst littoral club in the Elite One League was Avion Academy, that ended rock bottom in Pool A with just 1 victory.
27 minutes past 6 p.m. by Studio Clock. That does it for this edition of the news. Thank you, viewers, for always being with us, and enjoy the rest of your weekend in the company of programs on Equinoxe Television. Bye-bye for now.
Equinoxe Télévision, au-delà de l'image, nous rendons compte. Ce samedi sur Equinoxe Télévision.
Sa musique a traversé les âges.